All right, guys, a little housekeeping. I am going to be tied up pretty much for the next month, so my ability to put out videos is going to be somewhat limited. I'm going to have to pick my spots on the subjects that I make videos on. Probably not going to be able to make more than 2 to 3 every 2 or 3 days. So I'm scanning through a lot of information and then picking subjects to make videos on. This particular video that I'm making is in reference to a previous video I did regarding Mike Pence. Now, for those of you who didn't see it, Mike Pence had a debate with Tim Kaine, and Tim Kaine was more than a little aggressive with Mike Pence. Some would say overly aggressive in the number of interruptions that he made when Mike Pence was speaking. And I get that. But more importantly, in my opinion, is the fact that Mike Pence got up in front of 40 million people and straight out lied. He straight out lied as far as what Donald Trump said when Tim Kaine called Donald Trump out for various statements. And he straight out lied even when Mr. Kaine referenced his statements, Mike Pence's statements. Mike Pence's memory must have been a little slight, especially given the comments that he made regarding Vladimir Putin being a stronger leader than President Barack Obama. Anyway, I'm going to play this particular clip from the Roland Martin show. And one of the other things I'd like to point out is the fact that I don't know where these black Republicans, get the balls to try to spin information that anybody can basically just go to a computer and pull up a video on. But I guess the guy's name is Giano, I forget what his last name is. He gets up there and tries to take statements regarding one thing and reinterpret them. Now, that don't work. It just doesn't work. Anyway, here's the clip, and you can make a decision for yourself.
Let's start with not praising Vladimir Putin as a great leader. Donald Trump and Mike Pence have said he's a great leader. And Donald Trump
Putin's been a very strong leader for Russia.
Vladimir Putin has been a stronger leader in his country than Barack Obama has been in this country.
Donald Trump, on the other hand, didn't know that Russia had invaded the Crimea.
Oh, that's nonsense.
He's not going to go into Ukraine. All right, you can mark it down, you can put it down, you can take it anywhere you want.
There, isn't he? Donald Trump has said it. Deportation force. They want to go house to house, school to school, business to business, and kick out 16 million people. And I cannot believe
you're going to have a deportation force.
Donald Trump and I would never support legislation that punished women.
Should the woman be punished for having an abortion? There has to be some form of punishment.
More nations should get nuclear weapons. Don't try to defend that.
Well, he never said that.
Wouldn't you rather, in a certain sense, have Japan have nuclear weapons?
Saudi Arabia, nuclear weapons.
Saudi Arabia, absolutely.
Donald Trump said keep them out if they're Muslim. Mike Pence put a program in place to keep
total and complete shutdown of Muslims.
He is asking everybody to vote for somebody that he cannot defend.
It's kind of bad when the statements that you're saying aren't true can be so easily pulled up. And I mean, it's not like they're ancient history. Some of the stuff that was said has been said within the last couple of months. And Mike Pence said it. So anyway, that's, you shake your head when a guy gets on TV and all of a sudden, let's just be nice and say, has a memory lapse about statements that his candidate has made and even he has made. Is he potentially getting Alzheimer's? That's being nice. If you just want to be straight out about it, he just got up there and lied, just like Donald Trump gets up there and lies. Anyway, here's some more of this particular clip.
That's the problem with video. It can come back to bite you in the butt. Senator Tim Kaine, by one count, interrupted Pence over 70 times campaigning in Philadelphia. Kaine joked about people saying he was a little bit too aggressive in the debate.
The debate was a little feisty. I mean, I gotta admit, I am Irish. I got dinged a little bit, even by my wife, for like interrupting too much. Okay. But the key part of that debate was, at some points I felt like both me and Mike Pence were debating Donald Trump. I was going after Donald Trump, and Mike Pence kind of was going after Trump with me. And I can't imagine that made the Donald too happy. So there may have been some interesting conversations about that today on the other side of the aisle.
Some political pundits say Pence's passive defense of Trump was a sign he's looking to the 2020 presidential election. Trump, however, said he was pleased with his VP choice.
What will I tell my son? What will you tell your daughter? What will we tell the future generation?
Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, Freddie Gray, Philando Castile.
The violence and nasty rhetoric against mankind is unacceptable.
If Trump gets into office,
It will only get worse.
Hillary has pledged to close the Charleston loophole on guns.
I would like a president that will protect Obamacare.
Somebody who understands personally the plight of a woman.
I want a president who stands up against intolerance.
There's only one person in this race who said Black Lives Matter.
So many women and men died for us to have the right to vote. Every time we sit out, we dishonor their sacrifices.
I'm Gabourey Sidibe, and I'm voting for Hillary Clinton.
I'm Tasha Smith,
I'm Jussie Smollett.
I'm Trey Byers.
Rashia Gray.
Grace Byers.
and I'm voting for Hillary Clinton.
I'm voting for Hillary Clinton.
I'm voting for Hillary Clinton.
I'm Taraji P. Henson. I'm voting for Hillary.
I'm Lee Daniels, and I'm voting for Hillary Clinton.
Of course, we played the Rolling soundbite. That was actually the ad that debuted last night during Empire, featuring the whole cast there. Let's get right to our panel. We have here, of course, Gianna Caldwell, senior contributor at Red Alert Politics, Christian Clark, the president and CEO of Lawrence Committee for Civil Rights Under Law, Tiffany Lofton, former USSA president and campaign strategist. All right, folks. Couple of things. First, we'll start with that ad. That's a powerful ad. Hugely popular show. If you're the Trump-Pence campaign, you would love, Gianna, to have an ad like that featuring the cast of a popular show that targets African Americans.
Sure.
He doesn't have one, but he would love to have one.
Sure. I'm sure he would love to have one, absolutely. But we got to keep in mind in this very unconventional election cycle, especially young black youth, according to the New York Times and their focus groups, they're not really moved by these celebrity endorsements. They're not really moved by all these independent folks that are coming out supporting Hillary Clinton.
Actually, to correct you, that's not what the actual New York Times story said.
No, but I can make the inference because they're more concerned with the fact that Hillary Clinton is a liar and she says some things about
your inference is wrong.
Okay, tell me why.
The New York Times story you're speaking of, focus groups were conducted where millennials talked about the issue of in terms of not being moved by Hillary Clinton.
Right.
It did not say they're not being moved by celebrity endorsements. One of the again, you're gonna make the
go
point.
Ahead, and let me follow up.
The facts correct. That's not what that story said.
I think many can infer from that article that although there's been newspaper endorsement after newspaper endorsement, Republican after reporting supporting Hillary Clinton, and celebrity after celebrity, if that has not moved young black millennials in her direction, then you can infer, based on what I just said, that they're not moved by this particular ad.
That's a bad inference, only because when he starts talking about newspaper after newspaper and other people, generals, etc., that are endorsing Hillary Clinton, those particular people and media really aren't targeting black millennials. Black millennials aren't paying a lot of attention to those particular endorsements. But when you get an endorsement like this, okay, the cast of Empire, that is a specific targeting of black millennials. So this could help and should help to move the needle. I'm not saying that is going to be a tidal wave of people, but it should at least bring black millennials into a better focus, especially on the point of voting, and just letting people know something that they already should have, that there was a lot of blood spilled, a lot of black blood spilled in order to obtain that right to vote. And just out of respect for that spilt blood, you need to get your butt out there and vote. Now, you make your own decision, just like Mr. Caldwell has chosen, but at least exercise that right to vote. Let me continue the clip.
Again, where he's wrong on that one. First of all, that New York Times story ran around September 6th. Most newspaper endorsements came 3 to 4 weeks after that article ran.
There's been newspaper endorsements throughout this entire campaign cycle and endorsements, period, from individuals.
In the last 2 weeks, we have seen a newspaper, 138 years, never endorsed a Democrat.
Again,
1 second.
there's been endorsements all
yeah, but what I'm saying is, but you cited an article, Tiffany, that those things didn't happen before that article came out. Go ahead.
Right, so there's a couple of things. One is that we have to make sure that we're talking about Empire and the actual show, the audience that is able to capture, that we are targeting an audience that did not, the ad did not say endorsed for or paid for by Hillary Clinton, which I think is important for us to talk about what was her engagement and what the actual ad did and what it said. But to have a cast come out like that, especially in a time like this, after the African American History Museum opened up last Saturday, you also had Stevie Wonder and Patti LaBelle at a nonpartisan event shout Hillary Clinton on the microphone. I think it's really important for us to talk about how this election is shaping what the narrative is when we talk about black folks, when we talk about the elections, when we talk about candidates, and when we talk about nonpartisanship. There is a huge, whether or not it's we really love Hillary Clinton, there is definitely right now a conversation in the black community that's happening, both in media and in music, that says we for damn sure cannot elect Donald Trump as president.
And Christian, when you in that particular ad, when you hear one, I think it was Siraj who said, we cannot afford a Trump presidency, that's cutting right to the heart of, look, you might be uneasy, you may say, well, I'm not quite sure, here are the stakes if you don't vote. That's why it's IWillVote.com.
The most important message I thought in that video was that you can't sit out. Sitting home is not an option this election cycle. We're down to about 33 days until the election. Registration deadlines are looming. Absentee and early voting is now underway. There are critical issues at stake for our nation this November. So it's not an option for people to stay home. And I applaud the celebrities, the athletes who are using their platform to get that message out and encourage people to exercise the most important right in our democracy. Whether it's turning the clock back on immigration, turning the clock back on criminal justice issues, turning the clock back on reproductive rights, an issue that I heard come up a great deal in the debate. There is so much at stake for African Americans, and staying home is not an option in November.
But you also have, let's go to the, of course, the ad the Hillary Clinton campaign put out dealing with Mike Pence. Gianna, it's a little hard when you're in debate. When you sit there and shake your head and you say no, and you say, no, he didn't say that, and they're kind of like, press play. Press play. Press play. He straight lied. Mike Pence straight lied in denying all of those things he said, Donald Trump said, and then they said, no, it didn't happen. Ball don't lie.
You say ball don't lie?
Right, you are black from Chicago, right? So that's a phrase in sports.
I've never heard that, and I listen to all kind of trap music.
God.
I've never heard ball don't lie.
Oh my God, how many brothers in here have played sports and y'all heard the phrase? Raise your hand if in the studio you heard ball don't lie. Even all the white guys behind the camera know ball don't lie. Your black card right now is in serious review status.
The reviews that.
Yes.
So Mike Pence, I think, did a tremendous job. CNN polls show that he won the debate, and I think many folks can agree, especially conservatives like myself, that Mike Pence did a tremendous job.
Giano, he lied. Giano, he lied.
So talking about conservative principles, and I think he didn't defend a number of Donald Trump's
actually, he lied. Not
remarks.
defend, he lied. He said, you were wrong. Matter of fact, Shelley's not here. Hit play, please. Hit play. Play the video again.
Mike Pence did an incredible job, and I'm getting a lot of credit because that's really my first so-called choice. That was my first hire.
All right, play the Hillary ad for Gianna. I think he missed it. So play the Hillary ad of Mike Pence lying. Y'all cue that up, please. because I need Gian to respond.
Let's start with not praising Vladimir Putin as a great leader. Donald Trump and Mike Pence have said he's a great leader. And Donald Trump has...
Putin's been a very strong leader for Russia.
Vladimir Putin has been a stronger leader in his country than Barack Obama has been in this country.
Donald Trump, on the other hand, didn't know that Russia had invaded the Crimea.
Oh, that's nonsense.
He's not going to go into Ukraine. You can mark it down, you can put it down, you can take it anywhere you want.
There, isn't he? Donald Trump has said it. Deportation force. They want to go house to house, school to school, business to business, and kick out 16 million people. And I cannot believe...
You're going to have a deportation force.
Donald Trump and I would never support legislation that punished women.
Should the woman be punished for having an abortion? There has to be some form of punishment.
More nations should get nuclear weapons. Don't try to defend that.
Well, he never said that.
Wouldn't you rather, in a certain sense, have Japan have nuclear weapons?
Saudi Arabia?
We have Saudi Arabia, absolutely.
Donald Trump said keep them out if they're Muslim. Mike Pence put a program in place to keep
total and complete shutdown of Muslims.
He is asking everybody to vote for somebody that he cannot defend.
That look is a question. Is that another black thing I should realize?
I'm waiting on you to respond all.
That's a problem. That boy, I don't know how he was raised or where he was raised, but he's missing some education, particularly on black mannerisms and idioisms. Jesus, dumbass. It's so dumb he's funny. Anyway, here we go again. Oh, and I apologize. I just don't have time to edit this because the video is supposed to be specifically about Mike Pence, and then we jumped in about Hillary or people supporting Hillary and actually just supporting voting coming in there. Normally I would edit that piece out and just go specifically with the Mike Pence lying and dangerous stuff. But I just don't have time. I got about an hour or so to go before I got to be up out of here. And I'm going to be gone for at least 12 to 16 hours. So my apologies for this not being as clean as it should be.
Well, I mean, clearly in this case, he wasn't completely forthright, I guess you could say. I mean, that's just a matter.
He lied. Being completely forthright is different. Okay, that's partially withholding the truth. The guy straight out lied.
In fact, per the ad. However, when we look at the full picture and scope of that entire debate of this entire election cycle, we've seen Hillary Clinton lie after lie after lie for 16 months, and the FBI proved that in an investigation on a number of fronts. So I don't think him shaking his head and saying, no, he didn't say that, is going to be something that's going to move a lot of voters in the direction of Hillary Clinton.
I think it's different context, though, Roland. If we're talking about people who have been lying, there's lies on both sides of the ticket. When we talk about a vice president going into a debate to defend their president person and to also defend their stances on what these important issues have been, it's a little
disingenuous, and the word she was looking for instead of president person is candidate.
It's laughable to me, but it's a little hard for me to either see Mike Pence lie about it or just play ignorant to what he knows that his candidate partner in the ticket has been saying and not been saying to the elections. And so when you come to this, you see that the ad has been happening, and the ad is saying, well, he didn't say that, absolutely not. We never said that. We didn't say that. When he himself has said it, Pence and Donald Trump has said it. And it's hard because it's like, do you realize the ticket that you signed up for? Do you know who you're supporting? Do you realize who you partnered with? Because you're not doing a really good job of defending that person, and or how is the audience responding that's in the room? Because when we see Donald Trump come on debates and the audience is responding, they shouting, hoorah, yeah, go ahead, get it. But when Pence does it, the audience was a little quiet in those ads.
Well, they were admonished to not talk. Chris, isn't a lie a lie a lie?
A lie is a lie is a lie. And the Lyons family says we need to go out and vote.
The Lyons family, yes.
is November. So right now, I think, you know, people need to be looking up registration deadlines in their state, making sure that they're taking every step in their power to exercise the right to vote this November.
So, Roland, question for you. How many times have you called Hillary Clinton a liar?
One time when she lied. If she sat in the debate and lied, I call her that.
Okay. Because she's lied multiple occasions.
If she sat in a debate, if she sat in a debate,
Congress, she lied.
If she sat in a debate and stood there and shook her head, but you also talking to the same brother who went on image nonsense, take the L, you did it, and move on. Don't sit there and explain it. That's also exactly what I said. Yes, in North Carolina, also NABJ. Again, game recognized game. You know that phrase?
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, also, ball don't lie. And bottom line is, your boy lied, he got busted. That's when they kicked his behind with that ad.
But he still won the debate.
Hold on.
No, he didn't win the debate. Tim Kaine reigned all over him. Now, it depends on which side of the fence you're on to determine who won the debate. I wasn't able to watch it real time, but I was monitoring various mainstream media comments and polls. And if you were on the right, you thought that Tim Kaine won the debate because of all the interruptions, et cetera, et cetera. And if you were on the left, you thought that, if you were on the right, you thought that Mike Pence won the debate because of all Tim Kaine's interruptions, et cetera, et cetera. And if you were on the left, you thought Tim Kaine won because he was busting Mike Pence on, lies, et cetera, et cetera. So, vice presidential debates, really don't mean a whole heck of a lot. But in this particular case, because of all the videos that they're going to be able to generate with Mike Pence straight out lying, this could be helpful to the people on the left.
And guess what? All new polling comes out in Quinnipiac poll. She's up 4 points in Ohio, 4 points in North Carolina, 2 points in Ohio, 10 points in Pennsylvania.
Are we talking about
No. What I'm saying is here.
Or head to head.
What I'm saying is here, Gianno. What I'm saying is here. Don't go into debates lying when all they can do is press play. Because if you do it here, you're going to get busted too.
And she did it. She did
Ball,
it with Donald Trump.
Don't lie.
Yeah.
Your black card, I got it right here.
You got it.
Get it back. Death row inmates left.
All right. So, again, apologies for mixing across subjects. Each of them actually deserve to have their own individual format. And it's going to be about, I'd say, 3 weeks or so before I'm able to get back up to full power as far as generating, I'll call it, tighter videos. Mike Pence is dangerous, and he lied to 40 million people, and he got busted. Now, it just depends on how much they can push it.